Coach Greg, and breaking news, Larry Wheels has relapsed. And so in case you've never heard of Larry Wheels, you probably don't know what this is about. But let me break it down for you. It's not about masturbation and it's not about cam girls. That's right, I said it. And so what it is about, what he is in fact referring to, is he's back on steroids. And why? Because steroids are awesome, especially in 2024 with the glorification of steroids. Everyone is talking about them. And once you've taken them, it's very hard to go off. Remember, I abused them for 10 years. And since that time, I stopped. And for 5 years, I've only been on HRT. Whether you believe it or not, well, at least you haven't gone back to the cam girls, LOL. It'll be all right, mate. I thought it was about masturbation, LMFAO. And so the third most popular comment, new Greg Doucette video incoming. Well, of course there is. Greg was definitely waiting for this. And just to show you how much I was waiting for this, let me read a conversation between me, Larry Wheels, in the DMs. And so in the latest videos of Larry Wheels, he was looking so juicelicious, I thought there's no way that this guy isn't competing. Look at this guy's physique, looked incredible. It was obvious. And so I wrote him on Sunday. Are you competing soon? You're getting that wow factor now, lean and vascular. Hey boss, I'm not anymore. You're able to maintain that look even in the off season. That's remarkable. I'm going to be making a video about it. Thank you. Would probably be a video I could make a video about as well. Okay, cool. And so clearly, Larry knows I'm going to make a video about this. You all know I'm making a video about this. I haven't even watched this video, and I knew I was making a video about this. I'll be looking for this comment in the opening of Greg's video. And so here it is.
I faced several challenges with my company, PR, that led me to go into panic mode and make a decision to pursue bodybuilding in an attempt to bring more eyeballs on what I'm doing.
And so let me make this clear. One of the reasons Larry Wheels is competing, and many others, is because when he has bigger biceps than last time, when he's shredded, brings more eyeballs to his channel. And with more eyeballs comes more money. I'm telling you, the better your physique is, the more chance you have of having millions of followers. How many of you think that Larry Wheels would have 3 million followers if he could only bench press 395? If he perhaps walked around at 15% body fat? Not so many. And so even guys like Mike Israetel, who has a PhD, guy is super smart, intelligent, funny, has a great channel, even he stated that the reason he's competing in bodybuilding is because he wants to show that his methods work. The pressure to succeed, to be a famous bodybuilder, allows you to make more money. And so imagine how difficult it is for me. Yeah, the video's not supposed to be about me, but I don't care. It's my video. I was abusing steroids for 10 years, competing as an IFBB pro, making the top 5. Was shredded, had world records in powerlifting, the Guinness Book, and so on. But because I want to live longer than last time, I decided to not use steroids. And so since that time, I'm only on HRT. But do you know the pressure? How badly I would like to go back on? And so when I warn people, once you start taking steroids, you're not going to want to stop. I tell you this from experience. I know the damages that steroid can do. I know the desire you're going to want to have, that once you do that first cycle, you're never going to want to stop. It's no different than when people compete in bodybuilding and or in bikini. Once you get shredded, you get single-digit body fat, you're never going to look at yourself the same. You're going to look yourself in the mirror. You're going to compare yourself right now to that physique you had on that show day with the tan oils and so on, and you're going to be disappointed. It's how it works. And so I caution you, those of you competing, those of you contemplating taking steroids, think twice, or at the very least, wait until you're older, wait until you're mature, until your brain is fully developed, and that occurs after the age of 25.
Since I started training, bodybuilding was never a passion of mine. So this decision to get into bodybuilding, it was coming from a place of desperation.
And so Larry, now at 29 years of age, he doesn't want to chase the pro card. He doesn't like dieting. He doesn't like posing to the extent. There's no reason for him to do it. And so because of this, he made an excellent decision. He's pulling out of the competition. Why compete just for the money? I don't believe that that is the way to go. If you're competing, endangering your health, using, abusing performance-enhancing drugs, for example, tren and so on, and you're doing it just for people to like you or to make more money, it's not reason enough.
And me hopping back on steroids is going against everything I said I would do. It's compromising my health, my integrity because now I'm going against my own word.
And so think of it. He stopped using steroids because of his health, but then he goes back on steroids to make more money. Does anyone think that Larry Wheels is not making millions of dollars? The guy has 3 million followers, more followers than Coach Greg. And I'm telling you, I'm not kidding when I tell you got a lot of money. Yeah, you're bragging, blah, blah, blah. I'm just being honest. And so anyone that tells you that they have millions of followers and they're desperate for money, they're liars. Not calling Larry a liar, but I'm telling you, he doesn't need to bodybuild to get more eyeballs to make more money. His family is going to be financially secure for the rest of his life with or without using steroids. But you know what they can't do without? They can't do without Larry himself. And if he continues to use performance-enhancing drugs, test, trend, and so on, what do you think it's going to do to his health? Do you think he'll be here in 40 years for his family? I don't think so. Look at all the deaths in bodybuilding. Many of the guys died in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. And so if Larry continues to push gear, push the envelope, what do you think that's going to do to his health? Do you think the family's going to care about the millions of dollars that he has when he's not around? Or do you think they'll trade that money so they can have one more day with Larry Wheels?
And my hat goes off to those that are able to keep a healthy relationship and manage a successful career while being a competitive professional bodybuilder.
And so listen, if you think these guys at the pro level, amateurs trying to be pros trying to win the Mr. Olympia, if you think they're just on HRT, they're just on peptides, low doses this, they're doing it in a healthy fashion. That is complete and utter bullshit. All of them, every guy trying to win the Olympia, including Chris Bumstead, all of them are on abusive doses of steroids. And so Larry states that when he's on these steroids, everything including the kitchen sink, it changes him as a human being. We've seen Mike Israetel discuss these changes. Gives him anxiety. He's literally feeling horrible about himself. He's having intrusive thoughts. Has no patience. He gets angry. He's reading comments in the DMs and so on, and he can't stand it. Now, some people, they're able to moderate these things. I, for one, was lucky. I was able to use steroids at very high doses and still remain calm. But remember, unlike what you see me here yelling and screaming in front of the camera, I've always had extreme levels of patience. You don't see that side of Coach Greg. I was a school teacher for 11 years. I even taught special needs, math, English, was teaching kids 5 years of age up to grade 12. And so I needed to have extreme amounts of patience to deal with all the students. You have no idea what teachers have to go through. And so because of that, I had a lot of patience when I was on steroids. And so I could take them without it changing me as a person. But many others, they don't have this ability. And steroids, it makes them turn into a horrible human being. They're not the same.
Malnourished, 1,000 calories a day. I'm on no carbs. I'm not sleeping because of the drugs I'm taking. I'm irritable, right? I can't go out and enjoy my life with my wife.
And consider Larry is saying he doesn't like himself as a bodybuilder when he's deep in prep. Now, that I can relate. When I was competing as a bodybuilder the last 3 weeks for before competition, once I got to 6% body fat, I had absolutely no energy. I'm literally laying in the bathtub asking for help to get out. I'm asking for drives to drive me to the gym because I don't trust my ability to do a shoulder check. I have no energy, feel like garbage. Taking the dogs for a walk is a chore. Taking halo tests and just have enough energy to go to the gym and do some cardio. You start crying after doing a 10 because you can't believe you made it through a workout, cardio, and a 10. Think of it. I'm finishing a 10 and I'm counting down the minutes. How can I make it to the end of this 10 and standing in an upright bed? That is how hard I had to diet to get down to sub 5% body fat to compete as a professional bodybuilder. So Ronnie Coleman used to say, everyone want to be a bodybuilder, but no one want to lift any heavy ass weights.
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder. Right. So nobody want to lift this heavy ass weight.
Lifting heavy ass weights was the easiest part of bodybuilding. By far, the gym, easy. Try having zero energy. Never mind being hungry. I don't care. I can starve myself like no other. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What matters is I have no energy. I can't stand up. My legs feel like jello all the time. I have zero ability to want to do anything, and that includes sexy time. And so, is that the life that you want? Larry Wheels said, hey, I made a promise to my wife. I stood before God. I said, I do till death do us part. And I was not a bodybuilder in that time. And so to not give her and my family the best of me, that is not fair. And so I choose out of the life as a professional bodybuilder. I don't want to turn pro anymore.
Can I get more famous doing it? Can I earn more money doing it? And I thought, yes.
And consider when I was a bodybuilder, unlike Larry Wheels, there was no social media. I competed 42 times natural. No one was taking pictures. No one was posting on Instagram. I did it because I loved it. Loved the challenge, loved the dopamine, loved seeing how far I could push myself. Later in my years, when social media became a thing, yeah, I posted on social media, but I already loved bodybuilding. But more so than bodybuilding, what I think I truly love is I love a challenge. I love seeing how hard can I push myself against everyone else in the world, and not just other people, myself. And so how am I pursuing that challenge right now? It's in cycling. I'm not the best cyclist in the world, but if you've seen me on Instagram and my Instagram stories and so on, you see I'm riding harder than last time, pushing myself as fast as I can go. Yesterday's race, for example, I tied for second place, but I narrowly edged them out. I finished with the same time to a microsecond. I like it so much, I have it on my phone. I then send it to my brother, Editor Steve. We talk about the race. I'm having so much fun that I'm sending it to other people. Whoever I might be dating, hey, check this out. I did this race. Look, it was a tie to the microsecond. And so for me, my passion is being the best at what I do. I may not be the best cyclist in the world, but can I improve? And when I test myself against myself. I want to see how hard can I sprint? How hard can I push myself? And so when that bicycle was a few inches in front of me, I said, there's no way I'm giving up. I'm going 100% all in. I need to beat this guy. Did my best, tied to the microsecond. Some of you are thinking I'm a snake oil salesman, that my supplements don't work. Really? You really think I don't use my own supplements? So when I say I'm taking Ecti Builder, Turk Builder, GO2 Max, and when I'm using beta-alanine, pre-workouts, and so on, you don't think it can make 0.001 of a second difference? Of course it can, and a lot more than that. You don't think I'm eating my own Seco protein bars that I'm eating during this video? You don't think I'm using harder than last time? The amount of sexy time Coach Greg is getting? Are you kidding me? You can't keep up. Well, I can with the help of harder than last time. And blood work, and the list goes on and on. My supplements, they work better than last time. I'd argue better than any supplement company in the world. And so if you want to train 100% natural, and that means you're not using steroids, you're not using SARMs, you're not using growth hormone, you're not using SERMs, you're not using anything. You're 100% natty. But you want to be the best natural version of yourself that you can be, look no further than harder than last time supplements. Code Greg, 15% off. Click the link in the description. And one last thing, creatine is right now 50% off. Get to the website after watching the video.
Enjoyed it, and I didn't have any aspirations to make a living from it. Money and fame was just the icing on top.
And so Larry says, I had the passion for powerlifting. That is what made me happy. It didn't matter about the money. Remember, I was a school teacher, taught school for 11 years. And when I was a phys ed teacher, my goal was for every student to have a passion for some sport. I don't care what it is, dance, cheerleading, yoga, gymnastics, whatever, the way I do about almost every sport. I love to be active. I love to move. I love to see other people care about their health and try to live and enjoy life harder than last time. And so what do I do in life? I do everything 100%. Look at how many videos I made, 3,500 videos. I competed in triathlons, 13 years, powerlifting, 70 competitions, bodybuilding, 59. And right now, back to bike racing. I love to be active and I love to share the message of what I do. What I do is I'm trying to be healthy, eating healthy, doing cardio, lifting weights, living a healthy lifestyle. I want the entire world to see how much fun it is. How do you get your motivation? How do you keep going? Because it's so damn fun. Do you know how easy it is to do what I do when you love it? And so if you could love sports, love being active the way I do, your life would change. I want everyone to enjoy their life the same as I do.
I don't want to do USAs. It's not for me. My motivation to do it is wrong.
And so is Larry a quitter? Well, I would argue he should be a quitter. Quitter of steroids. All it's going to do is dramatically lower his life. Lowering his standard of life, lowering his quality of life. Nothing is better about him using steroids. He's already done them. He knows what it's like. Very difficult to go off. But because he's so passionate about something else, perhaps it's his business, his family, and so on, I think he can do it.
And even better, I'm going cold turkey on being a competitive athlete.
And so my recommendation, Larry Wheels, is let's get into Zwift bike racing. Come on, Larry. You've seen me do it. I have a very similar career to you. I did the powerlifting, I did the bodybuilding. I'm not an arm wrestler, and I'm not strong enough to win strongman competitions, although I did one. But I retired and went off the steroids, went on HRT, and so come on, Larry, let's do it. Let's race bikes harder than last time.
Entering my 30s, my aspirations and my responsibilities changed dramatically.
Larry Wheels is not going to try to break the deadlift record. He's giving up on those aspirations. It has to be very difficult, but at a certain point in time, you have to make these choices. For me, I started steroids a lot later. Remember, I was in my 30s, and so I quit them, I believe I was 43, 5 years ago, and so that's over 10 years of steroid abuse. Larry Wheels, roughly about the same time. And so perhaps he's getting out sooner than last time. And why? Because he has to. If he kept on going, how would it end? I predict it would end very badly. I do believe he would break these records. I think he knows he could do them. I do believe he would have got his IPB Pro card. But he is so alpha, so mature, and so strong-minded that he can put the syringe down and not get those things that he knows he can make. The fact that he can put the syringe down and that he doesn't have to prove it to the world, that he has enough self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth to make this decision, that is amazing. Proud of Larry Wheels for making this video. An excellent video. Hope everyone watches it. And if you're contemplating taking steroids, don't. Wait until you're older, never break the law, and only do so with the advice and consent from your doctor. And so let me know in the comments section, what do you think of this decision? Do you stand by Larry? Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it, watch one of those two bloops. You see it floating over there, get one. Y'all know about the cookbook and the Circle Diet book, how to lose weight, keep it off for the rest of your life. You can get a PDF or hard copy. Of course, you know about the Sequel protein bars, they're back in stock. Y'all know about Turk Builder, back in stock. Check out the labs, trust me, it is what it is. Don't worry, more confidence than last time. This is what you want. Also, code Greg, 15% off. If you need a free diet and training program, get over to my website. It's not just about making money. Almost 100,000 people have gotten it already, and over 300,000 people have joined the newsletter subscriber list. And so please head over to my website, code Greg, 15% off. And until next time, I am out.